Who born this fine girl? Who born this fine girl? This Bubu is giving, oh, purple is giving. Like, I love everything about this Bubu. Starting from the print, the fringe color, everything. Okay, guys, so you love it, right? So please stay with me as we sew, okay? If you've not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Like this video and comment down below. Give it a thumbs up. Okay, oh yeah, let's get started. So the basic things I used was my lining, the fringe, and my material. For the fringe, I used 4 yards because I folded it into 2 before sewing it on the cloth because it wasn't full at all. And that's it. The first thing I did was to fold my fabric into 2, and I went ahead to draw a straight line to serve as my shoulder line. I'll be taking all my measurement from the folded part of the material. So first, I took my neck width 3 inches, and my neck depth I came down by 2 inches for back. This is for back pattern, and I went ahead to curve it. Then I went ahead to take my shoulder measurement, that is 15 inches over 2, that's 7.5, and from there I determined the length of my sleeve. And from the length of my sleeve, I came down by 1 inch, and I would join it to the neck width to serve as my shoulder slope. This is because our shoulder is not straight. That is why we are taking the 1 inch for shoulder slope. So after then, I will be taking the measurement for my hip point. So from the shoulder line, I will take down to my hip point, and I'm going to mark it and then draw a straight line across. So after now, from this shoulder slope, you come down by how wide you want your sleeve to be. You can see on that video, you can see how wide mine is. Mine is at 9 inches. So if you want your one to be bigger, to be giving this rich auntie vibe, go ahead and increase it. Or you want it to be smaller, you can reduce it at 7 inches or 8 inches, depending on what you want. The next thing I will be taking is the full length of my dress. This is the length you want your dress to be, whether you want it shorter or longer. You can go ahead and take and determine how long you want your dress to be. Then you take the measurement. Then when I'm done on the hip point, I'm going to mark my hip circumference divided by 4. Then I'll go ahead and add extra 5 inches for ease, and then 1 inch for sewing allowance. I gave my own extra 5 inches. On that video as well, you can see how big it is. You want your one to be smaller, go ahead and reduce it. Then from this sleeve line, I'm going to bring the line down like this to draw a straight line like I'm doing so. So after that, from this line I just marked, I'm going to come in by 2 inches. So with that 2 inches, I will now curve it inside to join the hip point. You can do this with your free hand, or you can do it with your curve ruler. You can see I use the free hand to curve it. Then after then, I'll then join the line to the hem part. So that's basically all. We'll do the cutting, then use it to cut the front side. So now I'm done cutting out the back side. So I'm going to cut out the front side using the same pattern. Now I've drawn a straight line. You can see that extreme, I've given 1 inch gap. You can see the straight line I just did there. I'm just going to pin it up, making sure I place the back pattern exactly on that line. This is because the front side is open. Okay, I'm going to slash that side open, so I'll trace every other side and cut it out. After then, I'll then work on the next side for the front. So now I'm done cutting it. I'm just going to remove the back side, and then I'll work on the neck of the front side. For the front side, I came down by 5.5 inches. That's 5.5 for neck depth. The neck width remains the same. I'm going to bring out the line that like this, then I'll join it this way because it's a v-neck line. So I'll just draw a straight line to meet the neck width. After that, I will then cut it out. And I would also slash this front side open. So guys, that's all for cutting. This is the back pattern. I've also cut out lining for both front and back. So now I'll go ahead and turn each of them with lining. So I'm going to place the lining on the back side, on the right part of the back side. So I'll go ahead and stitch only the neck side and the front side as well. This is one part of the front side, so I'll place it this way on the right side, then I'll stitch the neck and the same thing will be done to the other side. So guys, I'm done sewing the lining on the neck side to turn the neck. So for the front side, I'm going to place it this way, right side facing right side, and I'll go over to sewing machine and stitch it down with the 1 inch allowance. So guys, I'm done stitching the front like this. You can see the line, and this is the v-neck line already showing. So this is the inside. I'll go ahead and iron this inside like this using hemming gun so that it will be very flat. So after that, I've also attached my pocket. I want to go ahead and fix the pocket. I have a video on how to fix your pockets. In case if you don't understand, you can go back and watch that video. So as I fixed this pocket like this, I've also fixed on the back side and also this side as well. So I'll go ahead and sew each of them with 1/2 inch. From this end till this end, I'll sew with 1/2 inch. So when I'm done, I'll come back and show us how we can go ahead and fix the shoulder side, and then we'll stitch the sides. So guys, I'm done hemming this side. I'm done ironing it flat. You can see how neat it is. And also I've gone ahead to fix the pocket like I said. Remember, I sewed from the right side, and after that I flipped it over to the wrong side. I also trimmed it so it will be able to go flat very well. So now the next thing I want to do is to hem this lining side, because I'm not sewing it together with this downside. So I'll go ahead and hem it by folding it inside twice, and I'll sew it to this end, and likewise this one. And I'll also do the same thing to the back side. I'll hem it this side, like I said, folding it twice, and I'll hem it. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to turn this cloth like this. The front side facing, the right side will facing up like this, and I would also put the back side like this. So I'll put them right side facing right side this way, and I'm going to join the shoulder. I'll join this one and also join this one. So I'll go over to the sewing machine now and do just that. Just hem this side and join the shoulder, and then I'll come back. So guys, I'm done joining the shoulder, and this is it here. So I'll go ahead and join this side. When I'm joining this side, I'll sew it through this way like this. And for the pocket, when I get here, I'm not going to sew it straight. So I'm going to come down a little bit, like 1/4 inch, and back stitch. Then after that, I'll go around like this, just like this. I'll stitch the pocket round like this, and when I get to this place, I'll come in by 1/4 inch as well, and I'll back stitch. Then I'll go down this way, and the same thing I'll go ahead and do to the other side. Then for this sleeve side, I want to create another pattern here. Like, you see how this pattern is coming to this side. So I've already gone ahead to cut out some pieces that I'll be joining to the sleeve side, and this is this pieces here. So you can see what I'm talking about. This pattern, I want it to come this way. Like I want the sleeve to be this way. So this is about 4 inches wide, and I folded it into 2 and I've ironed it. By the time I'm done sewing it, it will be at least 3 inches altogether. So I'm going to place it this way, then I'll sew it, then I'll turn it over and iron it so that the pattern will be like this. So I'll go ahead now and do it, stitch the sleeve and then stitch the side, then I'll come back. So guys, I'm done joining the side and this is it. You can see the pocket is already coming out. So now I want to first of all go ahead and put my trimmings, these trimmings that I just got. So now I'm going to place it this way because I want to run it through the neck side round, and then it will go down like this and come down this way. So I'll make sure that these points, so I'll take it like this. So when I get to this next side, I want to pin it. So now when I get here, I'm going to turn it this way and run it through the next side round like this, and I'll also sew it. When this one gets to this side, it will come this way all the way down again, just like this one. So when I'm done putting these trimmings, I'll go ahead and hem this downside. I'm going to open it up a little here, and then I'll hem it this way, and that will be easy for me to put my fringes. So I'll go ahead and put the trimmings and hem this side, then I'll come back. So guys, I'm done joining the trimmings. You can see the neck from the back side down to this side. So now I want to show us different ways we can fix our fringe. Then after that, I'll go ahead and do my own style. Okay, there is this way you can do this. If the way the style I'm showing you now, if you're using that style, you don't need to hem this downside. Okay, you don't need to stress yourself hemming this downside. You can leave it that way, the way it is. Then if you are using this way I'm showing you just now, like I said, you don't need to hem your downside. What you just have to do is you get your fringe this way, and you are going to put it this way, like it's facing this side now. So now you're going to leave about ½ inch space here. Okay, then you're going to place it this way, then you go to your sewing machine and sew on the edge like this, the edge like this. Remember, you're leaving about ½ inch here. Okay, so when you're done sewing it, you're now going to carry these fringes like this, carry it over to this place. You know, when you carry it over to this down side, it will not be facing down, it will be facing this way now. So when it's facing this way, you're now going to fold it inside, fold it with the ½ inch. You carry the material like this, you fold it in like this. When you fold it in like this, it's going to be this way. Then you bring out the fringe, making sure you don't sew on top of it. You bring out this way, then sew on top of the material. So this is how it will be. So guys, apart from the method I just showed you now, another easy way that you can use to sew your fringe is this. It's very easy, like no stress at all. First, you have to hem your downside like I just did now. I have already hemmed it. Okay, when you're done hemming it, so you're now normally to sew this thing, this side is very hard. Sometimes when you're sewing it, if you're not careful, it will keep bringing out the fringe like this. If you're not sewing on the edge, if you mistakenly go inside like this, it will spoil the head. So what you are going to do to avoid that, and it's very easy, is you first of all hem this side, hem it very well, like I've already done this way. Then you place your fringe on the tip like this. When you place it, now you are going to get a bias with the same color, either with the same color with your fringe, or you can use black and go with any color. Okay, now I'm using purple, so I'm using the same color with my fringe. So you're going to place your bias on top of the fringe like this. You place it this way. Like, this method is very easy. It's very easy. So you're going to sew on top of the bias. Okay, you sew on this edge, you also sew on this edge to hold it very well. And that is it. This is very easy this way, very easy. Okay, you just sew on your bias like this, and your fringe will be like this. Or if you don't have bias, you can use lining. If you have color of lining like this, you can use it, or you can use your material. You can go ahead and cut out a piece like this and fold this like a bias, then iron it. It will look like bias. When you cut out like 1 inch, you fold it twice inside, you iron it. Okay, the same material, you now place it on top and sew it, and nobody will know. It will be very neat. But for me now, to fix my own now, I'm going to use this same trimming that I used here. That's what I want to use. Okay, so I'm going to just put my fringe like this, and I'll go over to the sewing machine and I'll place my trimming like this on top of it. So you can get a trimming like this too if you want to make it more fancy. I'll put my trimming on the top of the fringe like this, and I'm going to sew it round. And that is very easy and no stress at all. The first one I showed you that you place like this, and is very stressful, and sometimes if you are not careful, you can spoil the fringe if you are not very careful. So guys, this is what I just showed you right now. You can see how I'm placing it. So when I'm done placing it on the material, I'll place the trimming on top of it, then I'll sew it round. If you're using bias, that's the same way you place it on top of the fringe and sew it round. Or if you're using the material, anything you are using. So guys, if you watched till this end, please help me and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and turn on your notification button, so whenever I post a video like this, you will get notified. Thank you very much for watching, and may God bless you. See you guys on my next video. Thank you. Bye.